Today we're stopping by the Easy Studios here in Stockholm to take a look at some of the Play4Free offerings that EA have on their plate, and one of those, of course, is Battlefield Play4Free that's been out for almost a year, not quite a year?
Not quite a year.
Not quite a year.
Another couple of months to go.
And we're here with John, who's going to tell us a little bit what's going on right now with Battlefield Play4Free.
So right now we are working hard on increasing the number of maps, the number of guns, and to maximize the excitement and the gameplay of the game. So that's what we're working hard on.
What's the latest map to come out?
The last one out was called the Dalian Plant. It's a winter map, sort of cold morning, and you have 2 nuclear silos. One base is on a cruise ship, and you have choppers, you have jets, you have tanks, you have APCs, and you have jeeps, and it's full-out warfare. So really
sounds like a big map.
It is a big map. It is a big map. I mean, I love that map.
And how do you sort of pick and choose what kind of maps and what kind of things you want to bring into the game, and sort of where do you pick your inspirations from?
So we have for maps, we have an excellent art team, and we have a long history of making really cool gameplay maps for Battlefield. So we have a lot of previous Battlefield titles who have created great maps. So we have a big stock of maps to choose from to make remakes from. And also we're working on making our own maps. So it's a little mix of picking old Battlefield favorites such as Karkand or Omen, and mixing them up with making our own stuff.
And you're up to 7 maps now, is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's correct.
And what's next? What's coming next? Can you talk about what's next?
I can't. I'm sorry, but there are more maps in the pipeline. There are some really exciting changes also, so you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. But I can assure you, there's more maps coming out. Mm-hmm.
And in terms of weapons, what kind of weapons are you looking to add, and sort of how do you balance it out when you sort of constantly add new weapons to a game?
So we have 4 different classes that you can play in the game. You can play as a sniper, a medic, an engineer, or as an assault. So every time we release new weapons, we try to keep it balanced, making sure that every class gets new weapons, making sure that all the classes remain balanced. And generally trying to add new guns that give very specific and very unique feels to them as the main goal.
Is there a recent example of something like that you could expand on?
Absolutely. Just today we launched the AK-47 in game, which has the classic characteristics of the real gun, which is it's a really, like, close up. It's a really good gun. It's very powerful and it never fails. But then classic AK-47 thing is over range, you're not as powerful, which is very well reflected in our take on it in the game. So absolutely.
So Easy Studios have moved away from your former offices where you were next door to DICE.
Yeah, we were sitting right in the same house before.
Yeah. So how? Of course, with the Battlefield series, you have to have some sort of collaboration going. Is that still ongoing, and how does that work today?
Yeah, we had when we moved out, both head of DICE and the head of Easy said we're gonna remain BFFs. So Easy and DICE are best friends forever. So it's no big falling out. We still love each other. We're just 500 meters apart because we were really growing out of that office. We were too many people in there. So whereas there's about 70 people here at Easy who moved over here, so now they have some space again to keep working on their stuff.
So, and that's something that's very interesting that we talked a little bit earlier, that you said that when Battlefield 3 released, you actually saw an increase, that people were flocking to Play4Free as well.
Absolutely. All the Battlefield titles, everything Battlefield saw nice uptakes from the buzz that was created around Battlefield 3. So that's the beauty of having such a strong IP.
And there's no things like, okay, the Battlefield 3 team are remaking these maps. you better not put them in Play4Free just yet. Or
We haven't gotten into that type of politics yet. Now that you bring it up, I hope they don't see this and get too upset. No, we are very friendly and we share a lot of resources and a lot of assets. Without the help of DICE, we wouldn't have been able to develop this game as quickly as we are. We get to borrow a lot of stuff from them, and in turn, we remain BFFs. Yeah. They get to come here and drink beer every now and then, so
that's I think that's the key to any BFF relation.
Yeah, beer, absolutely.
All right, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Have a good one.